Folks, I am here checking out the Capcom Fighting Collection. I've got the PC version here. The game is not fully released yet. I believe it comes out on the 24th this week. So shoutouts to Capcom for hooking me up with some early access here. But I thought I would run through the game and see what all is going on in this collection and give you guys some idea of whether you might be interested in the game or not. So here on the main menu, we've got access to the different modes, obviously. So we'll go to offline. Offline is basically just arcade mode, and this is also where you can do local versus mode. But the nice thing here is there is training mode available for every game, including some of these kind of obscure ones like the random versions of Darkstalkers and Warzord and stuff. Those do all have training mode, and the training mode is fairly feature complete from what I've seen so far, so let's jump in there. So for training mode features, it's pretty standard. They don't have any of the really in-depth stuff like frame data or like playback as reversal. They don't have those kinds of features, but they do have, you know, standard record and play. And you can also simulate network delay if you want to practice what stuff would feel like online. So we can go ahead and record that and play it back. This is really, really useful for Vampire Savior, especially. There's some stuff in this game that is actually pretty hard to practice without access to modes like this. Stuff like tech hit and guard cancel. Let's see if I can actually land a tech hit here. You guys don't know. It's so hard in this game. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so you can practice stuff like that in training mode, which is super useful. There's a couple other features I want to talk about here. So in the display settings, you can kind of change what kind of art is displayed on the sides or just get rid of it if you don't care. You can do different screen sizes, so you can make the games widescreen, but it is going to stretch things out. So it's not like Marvel 2 for PS3 or something where it like actually adds to the screen size so that you can see more. It does just stretch the screen out, so I feel like most people aren't going to want to be able to play that way. So I would just go with full, and I like these arts on the side. And then you can change the display filter as well, so that's stuff like scan lines. You can kind of affect how those look if that's something that you care about. Or you can just turn that all the way off and just look at the really sharp pixels. Doesn't look the same as it did back in the day, but you can appreciate the really cool pixel art. I think of all the ones I've tried, I do like Type D the best, which is like the default one. I just think this one looks really good, and it does kind of look like when you're playing on an arcade monitor. And then one more feature I want to talk about, this is actually something that really scared me about this game, is if you go into the controller settings, you can bind any move to one button. So for example, Lele, or you know, Shenko, she has this super Tenraiha that is pretty difficult to execute. You have to do light kick, heavy kick, medium punch, and then tap up twice. So in motion, it looks like this. So you can see that this move, similar to like a Raging Demon or something, this move has a major downside that you can't just do the move by itself. You have to do all these inputs before it and kind of hide it inside that. So they did kind of simulate this when you bind the super to one move. You can see she can't do it without pressing light kick first, or you can like hide it. But this is still way too powerful. This is still way too easy. For a lot of characters in this game, binding supers to one button would be actually broken. But thankfully, this is a setting that you can disable when you set up online play. In casual online, you can choose to have this on or off. And then in ranked online, it's always off. You're not allowed to turn this on. So I did appreciate that. And definitely for tournaments, that's going to be banned as well, unless they run like a special macros allowed tournament. Because yeah, so many supers in this game have inputs like this, where if you can just do the move without having to do a hard input, it would be insanely broken. So thankfully they did think ahead on that one, and we don't have to worry too much. So speaking of online, how about we hop online and take a look at how it plays. So one really awesome feature, the way that this works is that you select all the games that you want to play. So like for me, I'm pretty much down to play everything, and there aren't that many people on right now because you know, only certain people got early access to the game. So to get a match as fast as possible, I'm just gonna select everything except Puzzle Fighter. Listen, Puzzle Fighter, it's not really going to show us how good the rollback is, you know what I mean? Because it's not a fighting game you're just playing on your own screen, so I'm not too worried about the rollback on Puzzle Fighter. But for these other games, I want to see how good the rollback is. And you can select the game version if for some reason you don't want to play on the Japanese version or the English version. I don't know too much of the differences, but I'll just leave that on either cross-region matchmaking on, and then you can see one-button special moves. I'll put it to either. I don't care. On or off is fine by me. And then let's search. Like I said, not a lot of people are playing early, so it might take me a little bit to get a match, so I'll just skip ahead here. Alright, we got a challenger. It took about 5 minutes. It's a long time, but obviously this isn't really going to reflect what it's going to be like when the game comes out and a bunch of people get their hands on it. So we're playing some Hyper Street Fighter 2. Do you guys know this game? So the trick about this game is that you can select any version of a character going all the way back to World Warrior. The World Warriors, I believe, are pretty broken in this. So I'm going to go with Super, not Super Turbo, Blanca. My boy Blanca. Let's go. And let's see how this goes. So the game does have rematch, but unfortunately there is no way to just rematch with the same characters without going to character select screen. At least from what I've seen, when you hit rematch, you do have to go back to character select, just like in the arcade. So that would have been a nice feature to have. You know, since it's an emulator and we have the ability, technically, to like do it with save states and stuff. It would be nice to see that, but it is what it is. You still get between matches very, very quickly. So the online right now feels incredible. I would say it feels pretty perfect. I wonder if that guy just did a one-button super on me. I have one-button supers enabled. But maybe he's just goated. Oh my god! The DP? This guy's cracked. Boys. Boys! Oh, chipped out. I thought I could bait it. Oh, that's just, the game one is just data. I think this guy might be playing with one-button DPs and one-button super. So let's see if I can defeat this tactic. Yeah, rematch me. Rematch me. Alright, so now you can kind of see what it's like when you rematch. You can see you do get back to it pretty fast. But yeah, you do have to go back to character select. So I'll pick T-Hawk. Super T-Hawk. Where's he going? Fei Long. Okay, this is a great matchup for T-Hawk, let me tell you. I was actually playing a Super Street Fighter 2 no turbo cab at Combo Breakers, so maybe that'll help me here. So yeah, you can see I don't have a super meter because those were added in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Oh! Still alive though. Okay. One on a pixel. Alright. Yeah, I've never really played Hyper SF2. It seems kind of crazy, though. Like, it seems really, really imbalanced. Because some of the old characters are insane. Like Guile. World Warrior Guile. So we're definitely experiencing some rollbacks. I don't know if you guys can see them, but... yeah, like right there, he kind of rolled back into the startup, but overall, it's feeling pretty great to me. That's a dizzy. And we got the kill, nice. Guys, my T-Hawk though? My T-Hawk though? Let's go to game 3. Game 3 for the one time. All right, let's go for something really crazy. How about we go Champion Edition Chun-Li? You guys know about this one? I don't think she even had a fireball in Champion Edition. Let's see how it goes. By the way, you know, obviously, they let me switch on win, which is always a little bit iffy, but yeah, no fireball in this one. Not even half circle forward punch fireball. So we're gonna have to figure out some tactics to deal with Ken here. Nice cross up. Yo, is this guy nice with Ken? I shouldn't have gone for the gimmicks. I should have stuck with what I knew. But I thought it would be funny. Nice anti-air. All right, we got the big throw, though. Got the miracle cross-up block, but his DPs are too on point. Guys, we got wrecked. We got wrecked. Feels bad. Feels bad. Let's see if we can get going in a different game. It might be too hard to find a match, but I'm gonna re-queue up with everything selected but that one that we just had, everything but Hyper, and let's see if we can get another match. Oh yeah, also worth pointing out, there is in-game standby, so you can wait while you play a game, and you can obviously go to training mode, so we can like check out Warzord training mode while we wait. Red Earth also is what this is called in America. I've never played this game in my life. No password? Are there only 4 characters in this game? What? What's going on? Yo, the sprites though, this looks crazy. Bruh. Look at this. So yeah, I really have no clue what this game is about. I know that it is one of the 3 games ever to come out on Capcom's CPS3 platform, right? It was like this, Third Strike, and JoJo's. Is that accurate? Anyway, I'm just gonna wait around in here and I'll let you guys see when I get to a match. Alright guys, I searched for a bit and I could not find anyone. I guess just not that many people got the early access, so once the game comes out for real, I'll definitely play some more and hopefully give you guys some better impressions of how the online is. I've played like 3 or 4 matches total so far, and they've all been good. They've all felt like Fightcade level to me. But we definitely need more data before we can confidently say. And there are some online settings that you can adjust, so you can change your input delay. I don't know if this is measured in frames. Is it by default 4 frames of input delay? That seems kind of high. Usually I would run 1 or 2, but I'm not sure. And then you can, you know, filter connection strength. I feel like it would be nice if you could like see the opponent's connection and then set your input delay, but it is what it is. At least this is adjustable, unlike some games like Guilty Gear Strive or whatever, where it's not an adjustable setting. So I appreciate that. The only other stuff in the game here, there is the museum. They've asked that we don't show too much of what's in the museum, because they don't want it to be spoiled for everyone. But so like you can see like the move lists and stuff like that are on there. So all that is pretty cool if you're into that kind of old school preservation type stuff. Obviously there is a music mode too, you can listen to the tracks. The other thing, and this is actually to me one of the more fun features in the game, is these fighter awards. As far as I know, these don't actually do anything. I think these are just for fun and for the joy of collecting. But for each game, there's a bunch of little goals here, like transform any character with Anakaris's Royal Judgment. So that's kind of cool. Or like, for some of them, it's like, okay, beat arcade mode, view every ending on arcade mode. There's some things like that. And then here you can see your overall progress for each game, so you can try to get 100% completed on these achievements for each game if you really care. But yeah, it's just a fun little thing that you can do, which is kind of a cool little add-on that you don't see in stuff like Fightcade if that's how you have been playing these games online. So yeah, that's about it for Capcom Fighting Collection. Overall, seems like a nice little package. I really like that you can queue up for multiple games at once, so you don't end up, you know, just like, I hope there's one person out there playing Red Earth. Like, it's fine. I can get matches in whatever I want. So that's a nice feature. I also like that every game has training mode. A lot of these, it's kind of hard to get full featured training modes with recording and playback and that kind of thing. It's hard to get that going, so I appreciate that that is included as well. And if you're the kind of person that likes viewing old concept art and stuff, that's all in here as well. So pay attention to the game when it comes out later this week. And I'll be sure to have more content for you guys if you're interested in seeing some more old fighting game action. So until then, bye everybody. Thank you so much for watching.